participants. The most common questions that reflect the current state of water resource utilization and link to future situation in many parts of the world, particularly in developing countries, are: does every country have its own enough water resources to meet its current need? Do the available water resources are enough in foreseeable future and in the distant future? What will be the impact of climate change in planning, development, design and water resource management? How can water stress and scarcity change a country's faith in terms of socio-economic and energy production, and vice versa? There could not be human, societal, economic development without clean water, from health and sanitation, food, energy production and industrialization. Spatial and temporal distribution of the annual total renewable water resources in the world is primarily controlled by the spatial and temporal distribution of precipitation, physiographic features such as climate regime of different regions and various other factors. Large countries face issues of uneven distribution of water sources concerning the population. Besides, there is high variability in time within the year or among different years. Earth receives almost 500,000 cubic kilometers of water as rainfall every year. However, 79% falls over the oceans. The global mean annual precipitation is 990 mm. Uneven distribution of rainfall in time and space is the prime reason for this remarkable disparity in the abundance of renewable water resources. In result, surface water is unequally distributed around the world. Fresh water exists on the land surfaces in wetlands, lakes and rivers and human-created reservoirs and canals. The amount of the water in these surface bodies is controlled by inflow and outflows. Rivers are one of the most visible part of hydrological cycle and act as a lifeline to several communities and countries. Rivers annually discharge almost 30,000 cubic kilometers of fresh water to world oceans, and mean annual runoff is around 350 mm. From this map, you can understand the spatial variability in river discharge. Given the latitudinal distribution of global precipitation, rivers draining South America and South Asia, Oceania accounts for over half of the global freshwater discharge to the oceans, whereas Africa discharges only 2,700 cubic kilometers of the water per year. Most of the rain-fed rivers are seasonal, hence it cannot provide water throughout the year. During dry periods, most perennial rivers draw water from either glacial melt or groundwater seepage. To sustain the water supplies, approximately 16.7 million reservoirs with combined storage capacity of 8,000 cubic kilometers have been created worldwide. After frozen water, groundwater is the second largest available reservoir of fresh water on the Earth's surface. In contrast to surface water, groundwater can be extracted year-round and do not require any large-scale infrastructure for withdrawal. Therefore, groundwater is the world's important freshwater source. With current withdrawal rates of 982 cubic kilometers per year, it is one of the most extracted natural resources. In many countries where the availability of surface water is seasonal, groundwater accounts for more than 50% of the freshwater use and is critical for potable water. In many regions across the world, groundwater aquifers are depleting due to excessive withdrawal. This unsustainable groundwater use results in water level decline, reduced stream flow and low quality water, directly impacting local communities. Countries facing too high water stress are using up to 80% of available surface and groundwater supply in an average year and could be the greatest victim of climate change. India is ranked 13th on the list of water stressed countries and too high water risk. Water as a renewable resource is not distributed equally across the continent and among the nations. Some countries have enough or excessive water resources. In other contrast, the arid and small nations require to import water and invest hugely in infrastructure to create desalination plants. Additionally, the demand and supply gap is growing in the countries with coastal population based on the high population density. About 1.8 billion people in 17 countries appear to be turning towards a water crisis, with the risk of severe shortage in near future. Water sustainability cannot be achieved without understanding how countries stand in terms of water availability. Problem in sustainable exploitation of water resources are mainly due to spatial distribution of use and are worsened by uncontrolled withdrawal for different activities. A nation can be considered water sustainable if it possesses self-sufficient water resources to meet multiple needs covering municipal, industrial, agriculture, ecological sectors. It indicates that a nation can be listed under water-rich state if it can supply the needed water irrespective of climatic conditions that alter water availability such as flood and droughts. Brazil, Russia, United States of America, Canada, China, Colombia, European Union, Indonesia, Peru and India are among the top 10 water-rich nations in terms of total water resource availability. At a country level, there is an extreme variability in total renewable water resources. For a minimum of 10 cubic meter per capita in Kuwait to over 100,000 cubic meter per capita in Canada, Iceland and Gabon and Suriname. For 19 countries or territories, the per capita total renewable water resources is less than 500 cubic meter, whereas for 29 countries or territories, it is less than 1000 cubic meter per capita. Due to increasing water scarcity, desalination has evolved as a viable water supply alternative over the past 3 decades. It allows tapping of the non-traditional water resources such as brackish water and seawater and has great potential to provide a sustainable drought-proof water supply, particularly to islands and arid country regions. Over 50% of the world population live in the cities bordering the oceans. As of 2015, there were approximately 18,000 desalination plants worldwide. Around 44% of them are located in Middle East and North Africa. Currently, desalination provides only 1% of the world's drinking water, but this is expected to be doubled by 2030, and Asia and US and Latin America will be the hotspot for accelerated desalination development over next decades. Reclaiming or recycling water is converting wastewater into water that can be reused for non-potable purposes. Depending on the given applications, recycled water need to be treated to provide an appropriate quality, for example, for irrigation or industrial use. Global water reuse capacity is estimated to be 54.5 billion liters per day in 2015. Recycling of water is an important shift from traditional take, make, consume and dispose of model of growth and is a step towards sustainable development. Singapore fulfills a significant requirement of non-potable water through recycling of used water. Let us talk about the scenario in India. With already 600 million people facing water shortage and 160 million Indians do not have access to clean and drinking water, unsustainable water resource use will result in dire consequences if not addressed swiftly. The Indian government has undertaken several initiatives to ensure access to improvised drinking water and sanitation, focusing on building better water infrastructure for the nation. A revived focus on sustainability will further help India accelerate water conservation and address other water sector challenges. A combination of smart, sustainable technologies, global collaboration and public-private partnership are essential for such initiative to be successful. Through this lecture, you must have understood that unregulated water use coupled with the impact of climate change has led world to this precarious situation, which has brought water to the forefront in the global agenda. The current situation has mandated us to relook how natural resources, including water, are being consumed. There is a sense of realization and to act responsibility and adopt sustainable measures and solutions across the board. The focus on sustainability taking the central stage of progressive water policies and initiatives. As technology is changing lives and opening newer avenues to efficiencies it is significant that it is integrated into the water sector. Cutting edge technologies are offering actionable insights and solutions to world's water issues, intelligent world solution, and expected to become a mainstay in post-pandemic world. Adopting new and sustainable solutions for water management will further provide the push needed to achieve water sustainability. Apart from progressive policies and intelligent technologies, collaboration and partnerships are critical to sustainable water management success. It is highlighted through the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal that emphasis on sustainable development through global partnership. So, the point I am trying to make through this lecture is that water belongs to all of us and each of us need to care for our waters. Thanks.